You're just trying to save Michael and me from our delusional cowboy-loving selves. I get that. So please, break it down. Lay it on the line. Eagles favored by 3 at home. Who wins, and what is the score?
Well, the Eagles are going to win the football game.
No doubt.
Yeah, in my humble opinion, the Eagles win the game, 32-23.
When have you ever had a humble opinion? I want to know.
Well, I mean...
humble opinion?
Yeah.
You have opinions. I don't know about the humble part.
There are some people in the world that like me, Skip.
Oh, everybody loves you.
Everybody.
It's
Except
some
Cowboy
people,
Nation.
but I think when you look at it, this is a huge must-win game for the Dallas Cowboys. There's no other way to even think about it. Okay? If you lose to the Philadelphia Eagles, now you have lost to the 2 best teams that you have played on your schedule thus far. And that's going to say a lot. The 49ers and now the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts has got to play a phenomenal game, and he knows that. People like Michael Irvin are sitting around paying attention to the limp as he slows down from running. They're the Dallas Cowboys paying attention for those sort of things. You can call it a gait. I call it a limp. Most people know it as a limp versus a gait. So I think when you look at this situation defensively, we talk about Micah Parsons. He's got to have a huge dynamic game to slow things down. That way you don't get A.J. Brown going. Okay, if you can somehow make Jalen Hurts recock with the football, look for other people, you have an opportunity to now get the defender in his face, which is Micah Parsons. I don't know that that's going to happen. I like Philadelphia's offensive line against the defensive line of the Dallas Cowboys. So when you say, hey, well, our defense is tops in this and that in the NFC, as you would say, Skip, but you got to look at the teams that you play in the NFC. The 2 teams that you have actually played that were any good against you guys were the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals, and we know what the numbers say. We know what the statistics say. So in the end, if you're going to win this game, 88 has to have a phenomenal big-time game. This isn't the Los Angeles Rams. He's going up against a secondary that has gotten better over the last couple weeks because of the additions. Then when you talk about running the football, all of a sudden, Pollard's got to become something and not just a guy that you thought he was. No more excuses, Skip, about, well, I think he's still injured a little bit. You can't. This game is too big on national television. Everybody's going to be watching. And if you lose this game, just like if you'd have lost the Chargers game, your season could hinge on this from a mental standpoint.
Okay, score?
32-23.
32-23 says Keyshawn Cowboy-hating. Keyshawn Johnson says that.
I can't.
Michael Irvin,
but it is interesting.
Please correct him.
It is interesting, the whole pathology. And I tell people, don't just hear what people say when they talk. Listen to how they think when they talk. And I find it very fascinating the way he thinks. You know what I'm saying? Because when the Cowboys winning games, it doesn't matter who they play. But when they lose games, it matters who they play. Let me say this, which I find fascinating here. Y'all know Jalen Hurts is 9-0 against teams with winning records since 2022.
Wow, that's scary.
9-0 with against teams with winning records since 2022. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Right now, Philly's averaging 31 points at home. Dallas is scoring 21 points on the road.
Well, I gave him 32.
I'm sure you studied and got right around that number. That'd be smart. That's smart. That's smart. Now, my approach to this game is this. Did you see what happened last week in Dallas? When Dallas been averaging 21 points on the road, that's been without any play from anybody other than CeeDee Lamb, basically. Now, last week, everybody came to the party. You see, Brandon Cook showed up at the party. We talked about Ferguson showed up at the party. Everybody's showing up at the party now. So what did Michael do? So I did this on our other show. We put both schedules up, and I put win-loss, wherever way they go. And I had Philly winning this game. Prior to the breakout of this season, I had Philly winning this game, Dallas coming back winning the game at home. But circumstances, and I will give key a play here, has played the role in changing all of this in the situation for Dallas now. Dallas need to win this game. They must win this game. So things have changed. They have come in. But they also play different now. You're seeing outside guys starting to make plays. So I'm going to say Dallas 28-24. Let me tell you where it come from now. Let me tell you where it come from. Which Rams? Get on out of here. I'm talking about Dallas 28-24. I'm going to take a touchdown away from the Philly because only AB's been doing all the work. I'm going to give an extra touchdown to Dallas because they've included now the rest of the football team. That's the score that comes out 28-24. Dallas wins that game.
Can you read? What that say?
Yeah, I see Rams.
Can you read? Tell me what that say.
With an apostrophe ahead of the S. I don't know what the apostrophe
Well, I just put it in there.
You just got to keep talking about what happened last week. There was still passes.
What's the point of Rams?
Wait, because you keep talking about how the offense arrived. The offense arrived against a team that ain't got nothing.
Okay, but for three straight weeks, all I heard from across the table was, those Rams are dangerous. You guys better be careful. They're coming in. Right. Matthew Stafford, he's coming home. He's
and you could hit a losing streak right up in here. You could hit a losing streak.
Halloween just passed, and they told you ghosts coming down your street. Did they come? No, they didn't. People was dressed up as it. So they was dressed up as football players, and y'all took advantage of it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, what?
Halloween into this here, man. I know where they come from.
I got to talk, man.
The man is 71% right now, Dak Prescott.
Thank you.
That's pretty
I'm not knocking Dak Prescott. I'm just telling you, what I like to do is, Skip, I want y'all to relax, man. Y'all get too hyped. You win the game against the Chargers, you act like you won the damn Super Bowl. Michael did especially. You was running around in your drawers at home, jumping up and down, I'm sure, Skip, and he was at the stadium going nuts.
Yep.
You beat the Rams. Now, all of a sudden, y'all on track to go back to the Super Bowl. You can't do that. And that's what I want y'all to relax. I understand getting hyped. I understand. I have favorite teams, too, but because they win 1 or 2 games, I'm not all of a sudden going to go crazy.
Okay, Keyshawn, the point here is it's actually upside down. We're actually trying to save you from yourself because you're not seeing forest for the trees. You're not seeing what's happening because I believe that America is still sleeping on America's team. I still don't think most people see the firepower that we will flex on Sunday. We have found ourselves. This is a deep and talented and potent football team that can just flat out explode on people the way we went up to New York on opening Sunday night and exploded all over another division rival, the Giants, 40-0. It's hard to beat a team 40-0. Then you picked Bill Belichick because you said the Patriots are going to run it down our throats. And we exploded all over that team 38-3. I don't care how quote unquote bad or mediocre they are. It's hard to beat somebody 38-3.
Not when they're bad, it's not.
It's hard to beat the Rams 40-23, and we did that.
You played against a backup most of the game because the starter got hurt.
That's not true. We knocked him out of the game. Okay, here's the point. I'm going to reiterate my biggest point of this week. I don't love Dak Prescott in other big games outside of this division, but when he sees green, he goes into his comfort zone. When he sees green, he turns into the great Roger Staubach, who I still think is the greatest ever Cowboy quarterback, although you and I could argue about Troy Aikman. But those two guys are 1-2, 2-1. But Dak turns into a combination of Roger and Troy when he sees green, when he sees Eagles. He is 8-2 lifetime against the Eagles. He is 3-1 lifetime.
I like that.
3-1 lifetime at Philadelphia. And furthermore, within this division, he is 28-7 as our starting quarterback against the NFC East.
Hallelujah.
And would you believe against the East, he's thrown 61 touchdowns to only 19 interceptions?
Shut your mouth.
61-19? Are you kidding me? And here's what I would like to say. I know we have fixated all week on 88, the new 88.
Yes, sir.
This is the 88 sitting right next to me. But we have fixated on 88, and I don't doubt that the Eagles, as we speak, are trying to figure out how to take 88 completely away because they're probably thinking that it's 88 or bust for Dak Prescott. I don't believe that because I think America is still sleeping on 87. I think 87 is the key to this game because he plays tight end. And his name is Jake Ferguson. And Keyshawn saying, can you name anybody in the Rams secondary? Okay, I don't think America can name America's team's tight end, but his name is Jake Ferguson. He's out of Wisconsin. And I want to quickly show you what he did to an now ex-Eagle, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Last year in this game at Philadelphia, would you believe that with Cooper Rush at quarterback, we cut it to 20-17 early in the fourth quarter? I want to show you the move that Jake Ferguson put on C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Check this out. This is a 7-yard touchdown. Tell me what happens here. CJ, whoops. This guy can run after catch. And then, look at this. Look at this. That's C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You want to talk about a ball hawk? He left him in the dust.
You sound like you're trying to sell him to somebody,
He broke
Skip.
his ankles.
You sound like you're trying to sell him. You're trying to sell him.
And I don't have to sell what happened on the first touchdown against the Rams last week. Could we see the first touchdown throw of the game against the Rams that made it 7-0? It's a nice throw, but this is an even better catch. That's pretty good.
That's what I've been waiting on right there.
Do you even know either one of them dudes that was covering?
Right there.
Do you even know? Come on, Michael.
Whoa, nice play right there.
You played a skill position in the league. You know that matters too, Michael. Who's covering them? That matters.
Jake Ferguson.
Don't do this. And then, Skip, I just want to correct you about 8-2. He's 8-3 versus the
there's
Eagles.
one game that we just threw
in 2016.
out. Okay,
no, you threw that. We're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that.
Nobody played.
Now it doesn't matter. In 2016, he left the game. He was pulled after 8 attempts, so it makes him 8-3. They lost.
Okay, but they didn't play anybody.
It doesn't matter.
But then when I
tell you, people didn't play and they clinched last year and it was over with, and y'all went out there and scored 40. Y'all went out there and scored 40 in the starting quarterback.
Everybody played the whole game.
The starting quarterback didn't play. If the starting quarterback doesn't play and he was a healthy scratch to a degree, guess what the rest of the team is going to do? They're going to be flat. That's just the reality of it.
Well, Michael and I were completely flat after Trevon Diggs went down and out for the season.
No, whatever.
Okay, but
whatever. You recovered.
You know what? Deron Bland's starting to look a whole lot like Trevon Diggs.
Okay,
and I hope that he does what Trevon Diggs did to Hurts. You know, Trevon Diggs, he got a pick six when he came on Hurts. He got a pick six.
You talk about
if Bland can get one too.
You talk about Dak Prescott's success against the Philadelphia Eagles in his career. Outside of the teams that went to the Super Bowl when they were good, those other teams he was playing with were under 500, man. Playing against those Eagles. I'm giving you perspective because in 2017, I'll go back to that again. In the first matchup, 37-9. Okay, in the second matchup, they rested everybody. It was 6-0. They had already taken care of business on their way to the Super Bowl. Then, if you want to go to last year, in Philly took care of you. Okay, they go on and go to the Super Bowl. They do the same thing they did in 2017. They rest their starting quarterback. Y'all go in and wreck shop on them. There's no question about it. But when they're all together, everybody's together. That's not the case.
I just want one statement. Key.
Yes.
Dallas is one of the only other teams with Kansas City that have back-to-back 12-win seasons. So wait, let me just finish. Please. You can't keep sitting up here talking about Dallas didn't play anybody and they're not beating anybody. They got back-to-back, just only Kansas City. 12-win seasons. They only play who's on the schedule. Come on, man. Get another argument in here. Come on with another argument. Back-to-back 12-win seasons. They are playing. That's 24 NFL teams that they beat. 24. And you keep talking about they didn't beat this. Come on, kid.
Michael, I will bring you back down to earth once again. When you look at the teams that they have had success against, especially this year.
12-win seasons.
Especially this year. Them teams that had success against, combined 300-plus win percentage, man. Stop. Just stop it. This is a test for you. You failed the other test. Miserably.
That was pretty good right there. We did fail that test.
Excuse me? I can't hear you. You have to talk louder.
I told you exactly what happened. San Francisco played its Super Bowl. We played our toilet bowl. And then what happened to San Francisco? They peaked. They maxed.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you.
And guess what? They've lost 3 straight games.
So here's what I'm going to tell you.
3 straight games.
Here's what I'm going to tell you.
What you predicted the Cowboys lose 3 straight. I'm just saying you predicted the Cowboys.
Now you gonna lie for me?
No,
I did not predict.
I won't say you're lying. I'm gonna say you're disingenuous. You say the Cowboys may lose the next 3 games.
If they lose to the Chargers, is what I said. I can go pull the tape. Let me get my train of thought real quick here again. I'm gonna be fair to both of you, and I'm gonna try to do it in a very astute way, so to speak. The Philadelphia Eagles really hadn't played anybody either. I'll give you that, right? But the one team that they did play was the Miami Dolphins.
Right.
That most people say could come out of the AFC. Well, you saw what they did to them. You saw what they did to them.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one up on y'all. The one team y'all played, we saw what they did to y'all.
Okay.
So I'm trying to be fair.
Okay, so last year, against pretty much this same Eagles defense, Dak on Christmas Eve threw for 347. Keyshawn says they were just mailing it in, but I don't think they were because this is an arch rivalry.
Okay.
347. Then I hark back to the Cooper Rush game, which was about this time a year ago at Philadelphia on a Sunday night. And Cooper Rush brought them all the way back to 20-17. Then it was up to Micah, 11 from heaven, and our defense to stop Jalen Hurts, and they could not because he took the football and went 75 yards in 13 plays and ate up almost 8 minutes of the fourth quarter clock by converting third and 4, third and 4, and then tush-push third and 1.
Cooper Rush didn't bring them back.
Okay. Well, he did. They were in position. They were in position to win the game.
I almost was a billionaire if I'd have just bought the lottery ticket.
All right, but
Stop
I'm
with
just
the
telling
almost
you,
is in the iffies.
75-13 will not happen this year. We're better on defense. We've matured on defense, and they are having an identity crisis.
So you matured on defense.
They led the league in rushing last year.
When did
they
this
were
maturity?
unstoppable. And all of a sudden, they got a new coordinator, and they are pass happy. They are A.J. Brown-centric. They are forcing the ball to him, and thank you very much for that.
59 yards rushing, Skip, last week.
They're not running the ball the way they used to.
And that plays into Dallas's hands. If you're not going to run the football, and you have a quarterback that's not very healthy, and you letting those guys just tee off towards that quarterback, that's going to be hard.
So when did they mature? When did they mature on defense, Skip?
Well, Micah's in his 3rd year.
Oh, so they
He's
matured
at a higher level than he was last year.
But against the 49ers, he
No. I gave you that, Key. Don't play with it. I gave you that. They talked about this in the bye week. They've talked about how they're coming out. And I'm glad you brought that up, Key, because that brings a point to bear here. Dallas has to deal with that. They had a great game last week, and they said, we got together and made this what we're going to be here. Everybody's going to be involved. We're going to make sure we hold each man accountable to the other. This right here is the game to prove those statements are true.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you're sitting here saying, "Oh, Philly's not going to lose this game at home." But Dallas has slot on the line here, right now.
Absolutely.
You made that declaration to yourself. I always say
I made it to you.
No, I'm talking about them to each other.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about them to each other. The common thread woven through each championship team I played on was that promise made, one man to the other. I'll get my job done today. Get your job done today. That's the promise they made, and that's what they will deliver.
So let me ask you this, Michael. I'll ask you, Skip.
Yeah.
Do you trust that Mike McCarthy, forget the opponent a week ago, but do you trust your offensive coordinator, head coach, is going to put CeeDee Lamb in the same sort of position that he did against the Rams? So you trust that he's going to stick to that to get him the football to help you guys try and beat the Eagles.
Okay, yeah, but I just told you, I'm seeing the ball go to 87 to the tight end. I'm seeing the ball go to Brandon Cooks.
You're seeing everybody.
I think Michael Gallup will get involved.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be 88 all day, all night.
And Skip, I'm telling you, when I was in the room, that wide receiver room, there's a difference. I'm telling you, it's Key, you know this, Key. Like when offensive coordinator comes in and he says, hey, and on Wednesday, when we're putting installs in, that's putting in the game plan, putting in new plays, because Tuesday's your day off for the next week. Man, everybody's looking at the play sheet to see, we're throwing the ball everywhere. That brings a whole excitement to the whole wide receiver room. We're looking to play that game. And that's what the Cowboys have now. There was an excitement when I was in that receiver room.
It's you,
Everybody
you fool.
feel
It's
like
gonna be
it wasn't me.
excitement.
It was
It's
Philly.
you.
It was Philly week. We call it
Man,
tape
it's
it
you. When
tighter week. That means
Michael.
no matter what's hurting on your body, you tape it tighter and get on the football field. That's all we gonna do.
So
We
you
gonna tape
think
it
if
tighter.
Michael Irvin walk into a room, they're going to be quiet? Of course they're going to get excited.
Yeah, they were excited.
Come
about
on,
that.
boy, stop.
They said,
You
all
guys,
right.
the room was excited.
Dude.
Yes, you're in the room.
I'm going to sum this
I ain't
up
putting
for
that
you.
on me. That's on Philly.
This time, you don't have to fear the read option and Jalen Hurts' legs
that's
quite
the key,
as
Keith.
much. It's
That's
the
the
key
key.
to the
That's
game.
the key. That's
This
the key.
time, it's going to be Jalen Hurts in the pocket trying to throw the football more than he's ever thrown the football. We will get after him.
All right.
We got the best and deepest pass rush in pro football, and we will be coming all
I don't know that y'all have the
long.
best and the deepest
Yeah.
because San Francisco just got better. So I'm
just saying,
We
man.
got the best.
And when we come back, I'm going to have a plate up here from my associate pastor over here, Skip Bayless, who preaching the word right here. And then we're going to pass the plate and make some money.
And we're going
That's
to
what we
collect
go
from
do.
that man
I'm going to get
across
this
the
cup
table.
off this table.
Dinners.
and I'm not wearing green because of the Eagles, so don't think that that's the case.
Oh, I just noticed that. Okay. I've got the Cowboys 30-20, and up next we're going to talk
be
Chiefs
right there
and
with you.
Dolphins, and I'm going to tell you why the Chiefs won the Tyreek trade. They may disagree with me.
I'm going to be all in Key's ear. And I am going to disagree with him.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.